The Indian Child Welfare Act is an act that Congress passed in 1978. The goal of the act is to help preserve and protect Native children and Native families.
Yeah, I mean, we feel primary considerations that all children, regardless of race, should be placed in loving forever homes. And in our case, we feel like ICWA hinders that.
What we've seen is a resurgence in this anti-sovereignty fight, and they're using the Indian Child Welfare Act to attempt to get the court to say that Indian is a racial and not a political classification, and therefore falls under the strict scrutiny test of the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. They are trying to get the Indian Child Welfare Act to be declared unconstitutional.
And we felt like with the cases that we brought for both of our children, that there is a direct conflict between their best interests and potentially the interest of the tribes pursuing a different placement.
So what's at stake here is our ability to protect our children from institutions that don't want to protect them, really that just see them as a commodity, because they're something that can make the adoption industry quite a lot of money.
We empathize with the history that the tribes have suffered. And we are not here to take down all Indian law. You know, maybe in some of the media, there's a slippery slope that's being put out there. You know, we're seeking modification to ICWA or a revamping of ICWA where the best interest of the children can be considered.
It's sort of ironic or strange that all of a sudden 44 years after this law has been in existence, now plaintiffs are deciding to challenge it. They have other motivations that have nothing to do with the safety and well-being of our children.
It's important for people to understand that this is not just a law. This is about these little people, these children, and their value, and it's about them. It's about real people.
There's a lot at stake here. There's a lot that could be lost, and there's a lot that could be lost for tribes, but also all across Indian country, because the real reason that Gibson Dunn has filed this lawsuit, I mean, they have very little experience litigating issues that relate to tribes and tribal citizens. It's not been their practice area, right? But they have a lot of experience with oil and gas. And they filed this lawsuit right after the movement at Standing Rock.
As a nation, we should have the ability to enforce those and follow our own laws and not be subjective to this, because it's not about race, it's about our sovereignty, it's about our people and being able to have our own governance.